kind of show you what I'm doing here. So I got that steel piece there, that iron piece. I got a couple reams of that pipe. I'm gonna pipe it right underneath there, underneath that truck topper that my tent's sitting on. And I'm thinking that it'll help heat my tent quite well, I hope. So this is where I'm at. I'm about, oh, I don't know, waist deep in. I'm just trying to shape it out now so I can start laying my pipe and block it out here. So, damn. Try to give you a good spot here. Well, anyway. Now that is some orange soil here. You see it? That's what they call pay dirt. Like the different colors of it here. You know when you're making it somewhere, when your dirt starts changing different colors. Hey, what's shaking? I'm just digging out my hole, you know, pounding it out a little bit. What are you doing? I could show you guys here real quick. Okay, so like I'm in the dirt hole right now. So I'm gonna pipe my heat up through there, through that thingy there, through this pipe I got over here. And I'm gonna go under this truck topper bed that I got underneath my tent. And I'm gonna heat underneath the tent, and hopefully that's gonna work out pretty good. Not positive that it will. This will be ground level here. I'll have a grate over top of it so I can walk right over top of it. So as you can see right here, I'm just right here where I got the pipe fits underneath here, underneath that big tree root to keep it in place. But then I found this neat piece of iron here, so I decided to use that by my hole. So, Amanda, no, I'm not homeless. Sort of homesteading. I live at a motorcycle shop upstairs on the middle of the woods here. So I'm on the property where I live out front. I just like the woods. I like nature. And who knows, it could turn into a homestead someday, but as of right now, it's just my neat fort. It's a place for me. I'm trying to make it so I can, I'm trying to make a place so when it gets cold outside, I can come outside and play my guitar still without it breaking or being frozen, you know? Because, like, yeah, it's just the wintertime, I can't ride my motorcycle or play my guitar outside, and it drives me nuts. So, no, I'm not homeless at all. I'm in my front yard here. Like, there's like another acre or so in front of me, and then, so that's my fort where it starts over there. It goes all the way out to our driveway, and then a couple junk cars there. They blocking the one side, and then my house is up there. So I'm definitely working on skills to homestead though. Even though I'm not quite there yet. It took me a long time to make this hole. Like, I don't know. I'm a little slower than some, I guess. But whatever. So I'm not much of a digger. I am now. I'm down to pay dirt. Yeah, because I do live in Indiana. Like, I can't just walk outside and play my guitar in the wintertime at all. Like, pretty much 6 months out of the year, it's questionable. And I'm a songwriter, so I really need that privacy, that time alone in the nature and things like that to recharge and to write songs. And I like to go to new places to write songs, but I can't always do that when the weather turns bad with my motorcycle. So I'm just trying to make my little area here. Time hopefully where it won't break my guitar to sit in here. We're getting there. Slow but sure. It's the hot and cold that really bother you. Even if it's real nice and warm by a fire, you know, the cold air around it and stuff like that, that's enough to break a guitar. I broke a few like that, so I know I don't want to do it again. Skating snaps the neck, like right by your tuning pegs. It really sucks. You'd think I'd move out of Indiana and go find a place that's a little warmer, but I do like the snow and stuff, even though it doesn't get along with any of my hobbies. I'm kind of hoping that when I do this, I'm saran wrapping in just around my tent in this small area here. I'm hoping when it snows, it'll make an igloo. You know, it'll go up and around it and like kind of fall down to the ground like an igloo. So it'll be like another hole for it then. And that'll insulate real well, you know. I figure if I can get it to do that. I don't know if I'll get enough snow in these woods here. Honestly, this is like a patch of woods. It's very dense. You know, it's got a lot of cover just on its own. I'm not sure how much snow cover we'll get in here, but I think we'll get some. I can't remember the other years because I mean, before you couldn't even walk back in this patch of woods, it was all stickers, you know, raspberry bushes and things, sticker vines, hardcore ones too. Man, they suck. They hurt you. They like give you an infection like right when they get you. I'm not a fan. Okay, so I got my hole here. I'm gonna move you guys because I'm gonna try to put this piece of iron. How it's gonna go? It's really heavy iron too. Like it's super heavy iron. But it looks just right. Like just the right size. I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. I was gonna put bricks up that way, and then I found this piece of iron, and it was just the right size to fit my whole pipe in it, you know. So that'll be good and safe. It'll keep it in one spot. Where's my tape measure at here? Okay, so we got 2 foot 2 inches there. That's how long it's got a weird taper at the end. It's like in a V at the bottom, so it's pretty stupid. 27. Got 19. So what is that? 8 extra inches. Okay. That should be about right if I do it like that. Okay. Let's see here. Probably I'm debating on whether to pull this rock I just put on there up and then put the iron up, or if I should just put the iron with it. I don't know if it'll lay up against the wall good enough like that. I'm kind of thinking the rock should go on top of the iron maybe to radiate out properly, and just because it's the right way maybe, I don't know. It needs to be 8 inches up though. I got to make up 8 inches difference at least on the one side for that weird cut, which is one of these cinder blocks on its end almost pretty much, the way I got them laid in there anyway. I don't know, I'm taking them out. We're just going to go all the way here. Go all the way. Seems like the rock should be on the outside though to like radiate the heat out some. You know what I mean? I don't know. Nothing like hanging out in your dirt hole for the day, you know? right? Well, the Rockies are definitely a little bit more hardcore than Indiana, but it's rural and it's rugged, and the winters are rough for sure up this far north. I bet you it was pretty out there. I never made it that far that way. I made it to South Dakota and like the President's Heads, but I never made it any further past that. I've been out to Texas and Oklahoma, and I meant to go up through there, and I just haven't got the chance yet. Love to take my bike out on a ride that way. Be cool. Losing water, that sucks. Yeah, you guys probably can't drill down to get a well there or a septic. I bet in the Rockies. That's probably a big problem out here. That's something we don't got to worry about. You could drill a well pretty much anywhere. It's all sand, pay dirt. See, all the different colors. You know you're going places in Indiana when your dirt starts changing colors a couple times. But we could have a septic tank out here and well everything. But I guess you'd have all rock there. It would make it really hard. For sure. I don't know how about a motorcycle either. You know, the weather would hit bad and a little bit of slick roads on a mountain range would be a whole different story than being ended up in a cornfield or something. That worst case scenario. Falling off a whole mountain or just like going into the cornfield a little or in a ditch maybe, you know. I'm not saying they're not both really dangerous and actually have their pros and cons, but like I don't know, man. Like definitely would have to have something with four-wheel drive probably or something. I don't know, I say that every year here, but I still ride my motorcycle. Every now and then it gets frozen in a puddle for about 5 or 6 days, you know what I mean? Before I can get it back out and it'll just stay parked outside, frozen in a puddle until it thaws out enough for me to get it out the driveway. And then the roads are usually clear by then, so they salt the roads out here, so they stay pretty clear. But it's usually harder to get my motorcycle out of my yard and out of my driveway. It's because we're rural. It's gravel and a bunch of crap, you know. Way harder to do that usually than to navigate the road in the winter. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, you can't break it. That's for sure. I ride a Honda, and that motherfucker don't break. You could ride it down a mountain, and it would probably still start and run when it got to the bottom. I have no doubt in my mind that Black Betty would still be running after like you could probably put her through a car crusher, and that bitch would still run. I ride a Honda, and I know she's slow, but she starts in the cold without even a choke. That's no joke. I just couldn't find myself to replace her really right now. I mean, if I got something in addition to, maybe. I'm apprehensive about doing that though because like my freaking motorcycle loves me. And if I trade it in now for anything, I'm not going to be able to replace it for what I could get a couple $100s for it. Like I wouldn't be able to do that. It's been so reliable. Been riding it for 4 years now, and it's never given me any problems whatsoever, man. I rode it home on a flat back tire, a flat front tire, you know, no brakes. I've had a few little things like that, but like you're gonna have that when you ride your motorcycle. So I besides that, you know, I haven't really had to do nothing to it, man. It's been an awesome vehicle, reliable. I just feel like if I trade it in for something cooler or different, like I'll be screwing myself. I'll know later on. I'll be like, oh, I should have never got rid of that one car. It was so good. Right, right. That's how I feel too. It was a gift on top of it. So, and I don't believe in selling gifts either. I just can't do it. So I'm gonna keep it forever, no doubt. I thought about getting like a truck or something this year in addition to, but this will be my fifth winter riding all winter long like a rebel. I ain't got really nothing to prove this year though, and I always say I ain't doing it this whole winter. No way, you know. But I get used to the cold then after a few trips out. It's just like it gets tired of putting all the clothes on, and it gets frustrating like that sometimes. And it's like it's so cold you can't play your guitar anyway outside. That really sucks. But like I don't know, maybe I'll just suck it up and make it 5 winters in a row and then retire it. Who knows? For the winter time anyway, I'll keep it for my winter motorcycle though. Probably if I got another thing. Some of the guys teased me a few years back, telling me, you know, you could trade that in for a truck in the wintertime and just get another bike in the spring. I'm like, huh, trade my motorcycle for a truck? How's the motorcycle enthusiast business going, by the way, fellas? Nice truck. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I ain't never doing that. Don't worry, Betty. Don't even listen to that crazy man. They're just bikers. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just senile old man. I'm gonna have to put them in the home if they keep it up. Like, Yeah, I've got a lot of miles on my bike. I put probably myself, probably about 55,000 miles on my bike, I'd say. I've been really taking it easy on it the last year or two because I don't want to wear it out. It's my only vehicle, so that's when you know you're getting old. When you're like, oh, I would like to go on that trip, but like, I'm gonna need brake pads soon, and like, hello, dude, like that. Nah, that's how it goes. Though. It's when you know you're starting to get old and like you're over it. Well, I don't know. My back tire, will it make it? I got a Michelin range slick back tire, man, and I got a bazillion miles off my first one, and I'm getting a bazillion miles off this one too without no problems at all. My other one didn't even pop either. It still was good when I took it off. It's a $300 back tire, but it's worth every fucking penny of it, man. The Michelin range slick is what it was called. I have a 15-inch back tire too, so it's kind of a weird size, but I'm sure they make them in other sizes. I felt that thing saved my ass when I first put it on the first time. The very first one I got, I felt it catch me on the back, and I would have been like eating dirt. I got no chicken wing. What's that? I mean, I know what a chicken wing is, but I don't know what kind of chicken wing you're talking about, man. I'm kind of slow. I bet you might have a chicken wing. Don't put that question posed like that. Oh yeah, I don't try to do much leaning on my big old fat motorcycle because like she's not real graceful. She's not swift. She's not real coordinated either. She's a little bit clumsy. I like to say she's clumsy. I can't do nothing fancy like that. All I can do is like strap a shit ton of stuff to it and then go. She's a cruiser bike. Yeah, I don't know if I'm that brave to even do all that crazy stuff I see with the sparks going and they're on their knees and crap. I don't know. Maybe in the dirt I would. I mean, if I got used to my motorcycle that I was riding and road racing with or something, I'm sure I would get into it. But on Betty, ain't happening, man. Betty and I are impressive enough on our own without any tricks, or leans. Because my bike would flop the hell over. It would fall right over, I bet. If I try to lean it at all. Like I said, she's not real graceful. She's a little bobbly, kind of. She's a cruiser. She's not meant to be like driving 1 mile an hour in the gravel like I do all the time. It's real bad when I got stuff bungeed on, like, lopsided. I got too much resistance on one of my bungees on one side or something. It really pulls. You think I'd just get off and fix it, but I just deal with it. I'll overcompensate the whole time I'm riding and with that load. I need to kind of find a road partner with a truck that can carry all my shit with me, take my dog and my guitars and my amps and stuff with me everywhere we go. They always try to trade their truck in Britain. I'm like, where's your truck at? Oh, what are you doing with that stupid Kawasaki? Oh, you traded it. Oh, here we go. Then you never see the truck again. I call it the bait and switch. You know, just because I ride a motorcycle doesn't mean you have to. I kind of prefer that you don't usually. I like the truck thing. I mean, I thought I had a good thing going there, but it hasn't worked out yet. Some people get bent out of shape because I like to ride my bike. I ride myself everywhere I go. I don't care if we're on a date or whatever I'm doing in life. Like, I still ride my motorcycle everywhere I go. And then that way I don't have to worry about walking later on. I've done a lot of walking to get to that point to be like that. It's not like I'm married to none of these people out here. I'm not going to take a chance of having to walk all the way back home from like Kentucky. Believe me, it's happened before. Could have been just me being, could have been that. It could have just been me being smart and intuitive like that and watching my ass. Who knows? I don't regret it either way, but I certainly just take my motorcycle and then I don't have to worry about walking. Screw them. Yeah, I've done a lot of walking and nobody will pick you up when you're walking like that. You're like glory walking. Not a sight. Nobody will pick me up. It's like you got a guitar and stuff. You're walking down the road. I pick everybody up that I see. I've only drove away for one person that I stopped to pick up because I was like, this person ain't right. Like, I'm not letting him in my car. I better just go, go, go. Dude was a little fucking nuts, you know. But besides that, like I picked up lots of lunatics and it was fine. Like, aren't you worried about doing that? Aren't you worried about danger? And I say, oh no, man. What are the chances of 2 serial killers being in one car? It's my favorite line. I like that joke. I'd pick you up. I'm not intimidated by that stuff like that. I see people. I'm crazy like that though. Like I said, you're not gonna get 2 serial killers in one car. I'm just joking. I'm not a serial killer. But I always tell them that. I'd be like, hey, maybe you should be asking yourself the same thing, buddy. You don't know nothing about me either. I usually do find, usually people are pretty grateful and happy about it. Yeah, I don't have that spirit of fear in me. That's something I don't invite in my life ever. If I start feeling a spirit of fear, I rebuke that shit immediately and I fucking pray and I get it out of my system because it's paranoia, fear, all that shit will just ruin you. And what's it gonna do if I'm scared about something? You know what I mean? That's just gonna fuck me up somewhere. If I'm out in the woods all by myself, scared, or some big bad guys got me, which has happened before, and I get all scared and freaking out. Like nobody needs that either. Gotta stay calm and cool and collected. And if you're not scared, a lot of times they won't hurt you. It's true. They're just there to oogie boogie you. A lot of times they don't really want to hurt you. They're just scary people. But you know, I don't know. I feel if they treat people like human beings, generally with a little bit of respect, regardless of who they are, what they're doing in life. Like I do all right. I made a lot of good friends in low places like that. They helped out somebody, and you got a guy with an ink pen in his tucked in his ear. He's trying to get a job so he can help grandmama get the cancer treatment or something. You find out later on he might be in the ghetto. Who cares? So it's like, then people have cancer too. You know what I mean? They got to go grocery store too and get jobs too. Like, who cares where they're at? I live in honky tonk land here. I got a bunch of rednecks around me. You know, I don't like it when people judge me like that. Like I'm a single minded person. I'm a single cell amoeba or something. Like I ain't got no brain because I live out in the country. Northwest Indiana is pretty happening place actually. It's Chicagoland. It's pretty corrupt out here. There's a lot of corruption that trickles down from Cook County and stuff. But it's just something you get used to, I guess. Like the crime out here is almost non-existent. There's just a bunch of tattletales out here. There's no real hardcore serious people so much that you'll ever see. Just regular old people, I reckon. So there's really no reason to get scared. You could usually feel danger coming at me, and I'll actually get in a tree or something if I have to. Sometimes I don't regret that. Sometimes it's not for any reason at all, though. I'm like, well, I like being in trees, so it's not like I run to the tree scared. Like maybe I'll get in the tree and get a better view so I can see if there's anything to worry about here. If we got like a bunch of weirdo Neanderthal men coming through, like, been a long time since I smelled the woman out here. I'll be like, oh no, they haven't even seen me yet. We're in trouble. You can hear them grumbling and grunting and shit. You're like, oh no. Yeah, right. I don't know if I'd even eat a water moccasin. They're pretty fucking nasty, man. I was talking to a fellow that his twin brother would jump off into the river, and his brother hit the water first and made this weird noise, and it made the other brother stop. They were like 10 or 11 years old, bridge jumping, into the Kankakee, and he went into a whole barrel. What do they call it? A barrel of moccasins. He landed right in the middle of them. They said that he was dead practically when he hit the water. It stung him like 140 times. He had stings all over him. I mean, it was a bad thing, I guess. I was like horrified when I found that out. I was like, I'll never jump off a bridge. I don't even go in the river since then. They're really thick around here. I think Kankakee. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I have no problem killing the motherfuckers either. Don't get me wrong. I just would be worried about consuming the serpent. If I was hungry, I'd be eating that bitch. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would eat it. I'd be out here licking tree moss or something, whatever I had to do. I like to fish, so too. So I don't know. I'd rather skip the snake. I don't even like seeing snakes. I've only seen one snake in my whole life. That's pretty astounding for as much as and then nature's and stuff. It knows I don't want to see that shit. Like it stays away from me. It's probably like rebuked for my area or something, I'd like to think. But like for real, like I don't, ugh, yuck. I don't like reptilians in general for the most part. Like turtles are cool, but not, I don't know, snapping turtles are a little bit like, they're cool as long as you're not in the water with them, you know? Yeah, I've never had snake though, I don't think. Maybe a bite. Maybe I had a bite of rattlesnake once. I don't really remember how it was though. It was a white meat, I think I remember. Maybe a little chewy. It was like a grilled something. I'm more of that nibbler, like, oh yeah, sure, I'll try it. That seems to me, I might have tried it once. I might have just looked at it and said, ew, gross. I like to try things though. Diamondbacks, yeah, I think I've heard that name before. Like I said, I don't see snakes, so I don't pay attention to them. Uh, if I see a snake, it's probably a deadly one. I'm just gonna guess because that's how it is with spiders and shit that I don't like. They're almost always dead. I can look at them and tell you immediately though when they're not good. But yeah, we got them, and we got some weird, like we got like a copperhead, Indiana copperhead. Is that what you mean by the diamondback? Is that the copperheads? I know. We got some sort of Indiana version. Yeah, yeah, we do have them out here. I've never seen them. Like I said, I know they are out here, big time. I try to stay away from the river and stuff because I figure that's where them janky sons of bitches are hanging out, that muddy ass river, man. I go down to the river a lot and sit in the rocks maybe or something, but I'm not in there with like waiting around, you know, while I'm fishing. There's a lot of shit in that river I don't even want nothing to do with. They used to dredge it out because the Kokani mobsters would throw all the bodies in and they'd get bottlenecked up about this part of Indiana. And they'd clean it out every few years when I was a little kid, I remember. They're smaller. Yeah, copperheads aren't very big. I don't think they got little itty bitty heads, don't they? Yeah, fuck all that noise. I treat if I see a snake, it's gonna be treated like it's a fucking Monty Python of bullshit fucking snakes. Like, I don't want no part of that. I would freak the fuck out because they could climb trees and everything, man. Like, it's not like no fucking dog or something where you could get on top of your car or something. I don't know. A snake can get anywhere pretty much. Yeah, I bet. You don't hear a whole lot of people getting bit by snakes out here, but you do hear about them getting bit by wolf spiders and shit kind of a lot. I'm sure people do get bit by snakes a lot, but I think you'd probably have to be certain areas, maybe. I don't know. They like the sand, though, I know, too. That's all we got out here is sand. We got dirt and stuff, too, but most of the yards and most of the area is sand. It's by the sand dunes, you know, for the Indiana State Dune Park and stuff. Up by the lake, it's all sand, and they just took that sand and pushed it into all the marshland that was here, and built up on it with the sand. And so we're like 30 feet down sand, you know. And they took a lot of the swamplands out to. Oh yeah, fuck that wolf spider shit too. Yeah. I got a really good immunity to most everything. I get really lucky when I get. If you don't react to it, it doesn't happen, man. I think that's a lot of it. Oh yeah, I gotta quit talking about spiders and snakes in this hole though, dude. I'm gonna tell you what, it's gonna get dark on me soon. I'm gonna be like a big chicken shit out here, like eating my own words. That's for certain. Gotta move this heavy piece of fucking iron now here. Okay. Yeah, no, I can't even talk shit like that because I know better. God will fucking manifest it in my life quick to make me shut the hell up. And I'm too confident, that's for sure. I just figured my frequency or something that repels them. That's why I never see them. As much as I'm out in nature, you'd think I would see them. Everybody else does, but I don't. So I just came to the conclusion years ago that my energy must have been repelling the janksters. The stuff I don't want to see. Oh man, how's it gonna work? Put it right here, I guess. Okay. Okay. Man, I wish I knew the part that I'm gonna pipe my heat with should be above or below where my chimney goes out at. You know what I mean? Like, should the pipe be on top where it's hot, or it should be down at the bottom where it's really hot too? And then I got my chimney that'll go up at a 45-degree angle. Where does it need to be in relation to that? I wish I knew. I'm gonna have to look that up, maybe, because I don't want to fuck that up. I don't want the smoke coming out on the wrong part or something. You know what I mean? I don't think it really matters though. Going underneath the truck topper like that, I don't think it hurt me, but Still not what I want. I've been trying to take my time with this so I could do a good job. So it'll be in there permanently, you know. Just give a neat little spot. I cook out here a lot too. Just because I always have a fire going. And everything tastes better on the grill. Get rid of some of these roots in my way. There was a lot. There was a lot in this hole. It took me a long time to dig this hole because of it. Almost there. Oh, that's my foot. Damn, that hurt. This thing is heavy. Like, you would not believe how heavy this freaking piece of iron is. It's got to weigh at least 80 pounds. It's at least as heavy as that concrete, just this little thin thing. That'll work good. It'll be nice and safe. Yeah, right. That's about all I know, too. Smoke goes up. Some goes up, some goes down. We had a friend back when we were kids, man. Cruise around getting stoned, and he was just sitting in the back seat. Going, the sun goes up, the sun goes down, the sun goes up. He's a little bit of a weirdo, but it was so funny at the time. Sun goes up, sun goes down, sun goes up, sun goes down. And then he was all freaking out about it because another day was going by. Yeah, I have stuff like that, but like I'm in such a little tiny confined space that I just been dealing with what I got. I got my old shitty choppers here. This is actually working really good to cut through whatever I want because I could cut my twist my roots out along the way. And these are my junky pair anyway, so they were all rusty. I figured the sand would help clean them up. They don't cut real good right now as they sit, but they're working really good to dig out some area, like little areas, and yeah. Dirt was it got really hard in here, and I kept having to soak it down with water. We had drought. We had drought conditions this year though. We've only gotten rain once or twice in the last few weeks, so I guess it was considered drought. We had a burn ban and everything. We weren't supposed to be burning anything, and I think that got lifted, but we still haven't gotten much rain at all, which is good for the farmers when they harvest. The wetness is bad for their crops. You know, it makes the shit mold. Yeah, good for chopping up roots for sure. I thought my claw hammer worked pretty good too for the most part. It was doing an all right job, but this thing here is kicking all that's ass really. And like I said, I kind of needed to get the rust off of it anyway. They're my crappy pair. They're not real sharp. I found them out here in the woods actually. Yep. I can't believe it's gonna get dark already soon, man. It really sucks. It's like I don't know what time it is, but it's probably not even 5 o'clock yet, and it looks like it's getting dark already. I don't use time at all, but I do need daylight at times. You know, I can see pretty good at night, but it kind of sucks when I'm doing my videos and stuff. It's hard to record at night. All right. Okay. I got an awful big gap back here. I think that's good. I can fill it in, I guess. That's what I'll do. Why do I have such a big gap, though? I wonder. This part right here. I don't want to gap. I mean, lose your heat back there probably. Oh, it's a heavy son of a bitch, man. I know that much. You could probably get hit by a nuclear bomb in this hole and be all right by the time I'm done with it. Over here, I got my cool piece of wood. I'm going to pipe my smoke hole out at a 45-degree angle. That's just going to help it so nobody steps on it, trips over it. You know what I mean? It'll help. It'll kind of be like burying it, but not. I can keep it all open where I can work on it or move it around a little bit if I need to. But that'll keep my pipe in the perfect position. I was thinking, the perfect angle. And like I said, all the other stuff there involved. And plus, it won't fill up with sand as easy and stuff like that by being in the sand out here. I figured that should work good. Yeah. Is anybody doing anything for Halloween? Jobs aren't really my thing, man. I got a job until you being a YouTuber. Making forts, I mean? There's really nothing more important than making forts than being a YouTuber. If I got a job, I wouldn't have time to do that, Although if you had to have a job, I guess being at a bomb shelter could have its upsides. I bet you the place has really good magnet abilities, because I know like really good iron has good magnet sticking skills. Like you could wear like a magnet suit to where it could be like up against the wall. I'm not late. All right. That's all you're doing? Are you taking them trick-or-treating? Does anywhere else do Halloween tonight? Like any other countries? I don't think they do they? Is that just a United States thing, I wonder? I'd probably imagine it probably would be a United States thing, but I'm not sure. I guess I never really thought about it. And do they do it on the same day if they do it other places, I wonder? I usually go as Little Red Riding Hood if I do anything for Halloween, which isn't very often. I'm not a big holiday person at all. I just rather, I don't know. Costume parties and shit like that are fun because I like dressing up like my characters and stuff. But I usually go as Little Red Riding Hood on my motorcycle. Oh, so other people do it, huh? All the English-speaking places, basically, huh? The ones that speak some sort of English. Well, Mexico don't, but do they do it all on the same night tonight? It's like everybody in the whole world dressed up like goblins. That's what I was wondering. I don't really know. I don't know. They don't even barely do trick or treating out here in the States anymore either, but they do that trunk or treat or whatever. Yeah, I know about the solstices. It's definitely a powerful, energetic time during the solstices for sure. That's like when it's the longest or the shortest day of the year, ain't it? Or something? I know the name, but I don't really know anything about it. I think that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's a neat time. Farmers go batshit crazy out here during harvest time. They all smoke crack and like work with their ass off for a couple weeks and get everything off the fields. They're all Mr. Can't do nothing in your world and have fun ever. You got to be the biggest square ever, and then you're gonna turn into the biggest crackhead or aging crackheads. Like You're like, sir, have you been to sleep? Like, you see him at 2 o'clock in the morning working the gas station or something. I used to. I was like, wow, this is crazy. That dude's is on drugs, man. That's not monsters doing that. The Earth actually rolls the other way. Really? Isn't it an illusion that it rolls the other way? Or is it really doing that? I mean, it probably can't just stop and roll, can it? Like I know with like a retrograde or something like that. When the planets are in retrograde, it looks like they're going backwards, but they're not actually going backwards. It just appears that because of the positioning, I think. I don't know. I'm always pretty amazed by that stuff. You know, we're on like this fine little balance called Earth, and it's like one little thing, you know, spin us off into nothing. But at the same time, we got all this chaos going on, and it does not doesn't knock it all off. Like I don't think you spoke at all. You just typed it wrong. That's all. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get on the thing with my Chatty G now and learn some things tonight. Me and him have some good conversations every now and then. Oh, he's kind of getting annoying though. Getting kind of pissed off at him. I like to ask him things like that though. He's full of fun facts. So where do you live now, Horka? Yeah. You looking for a boat? I'm not much of a boat person. I mean, they're cool and all. I like little fishing boats, but there's a lot of boaters out this way because they're Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan's pretty big, you know. That's cool. Where are you renting a place at? Have you ever thought about building a boat? Yeah. I knew somebody that had just found like a little tugboat looking thing. They were talking about it. They said it wasn't no good for the water, though. It was kind of clumsy, but it looked like a cool one to make a houseboat out of. Really? I know people out that way. Indiana or Texas? I guess it depends on which state you're in. Galveston, Texas, no doubt. I don't think there's a lot of people from Galveston, Indiana here. Could be. Yeah. It does take a lot of time, and you gotta like you gotta bend your wood, and that takes a lot of time. I know to get it wet, and then you gotta bend it into shape and stuff. But it would be neat. Okay, I got an idiot in my thing. Sorry. Yeah, that probably won't happen there, dude. It was handled. Ooh, I feel like the mafia now. Another moderator handled this. Cool. Good looking out. Yeah, so anyway, here, let's see if this fits in there now. Oh god, this thing's so fucking heavy. Let me tell you what, it's like almost the size. It weighs almost what I do. A little better. I got a hammer here. I'm just gonna get loud 1 second, guys. It's gonna be kind of loud, so plug your ears if you got earphones on. show you what I'm doing here. Wrong way. My pipe will go in that hole up underneath my stairs there. Maybe I should bring it up just a hair. I don't want it to be sticking out of the ground though. I think that'll do. And that'll put my pipe that goes in for my heat, like, I don't know. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up to see if that needs to be lower than the chimney that coming out here at the 45, or if it needs to be higher, which is better. Like, I'm not really sure. Alright, well, I gotta do a few things before I lose my daylight here in a few minutes. So until next time, the Angel of Authenticity reminding you to get real and stay that way. And thanks for tuning in.